Talk 1410, The Buzz of Vancouver presents Patrick Maliha.
He does bring up the point that he's absolutely right.
And Val Cole.
We smell what you're cooking. We're picking up what you're putting down.
Keeping you connected with the stories people are really talking about.
And everything going on in the city. This is the Afternoon Buzz.
On Talk 1410, The Buzz of Vancouver.
Talk 1410. This is the Buzz of Vancouver, the Afternoon Buzz. Val Cole, Patrick Maliha. Lots still to come before 6 o'clock. Hope you can join us for all, if not most, if not all of it. And right now, if you are interested in making money, you've come to the right place. Because what is one man's loss is another woman's financial gain, perhaps.
How about person?
I wanted to be fair there.
What is one person's loss?
loss is another person's financial gain.
Yes.
That's the way it goes. When you can afford to buy in the stock market, when the stock goes down, you buy, and you feel bad for the other people who lost money. In this case, in the U.S., we have foreclosures all over the place, and more to come. Is now the time to be taking advantage of really cheap housing in the States. We have real estate expert July Ono here. She's the president of the Real Estate Network Group, and there's a great workshop we'll tell you about in a moment. What do you think about the timing of buying in the U.S. right now, July?
It is the perfect storm. We have been waiting for this for decades.
Really?
Decades. I've been watching the U.S. market for the past 7 to 8 years and very intently. You know what? There's no other better time to buy than the Great Depression. That's how low the price of real estate is right now. It's below construction cost.
Wow. Really?
Everything's on sale. Discount, deep discounts.
Wow. Everything must go. Everything is on sale.
Oh, well, there's a caveat to that,
okay.
Patrick.
Yes.
Okay. You just don't want to buy the junky stuff.
Now, we had another person who, they were more an economics expert, and they were talking about everything as a whole. And they echoed a very similar thing to what you said, in that they said you want to buy quality merchandise. In times of a depression, when everything's on sale, how do I know what's quality and what's junk when it comes to houses? Especially in the U.S., where I don't live.
Oh, you see? That's why real estate investing is all about economic fundamentals, doing your market research, and due diligence. You just can't just go rushing down to the buy because, hey, I've got some great property over here. Oh, and, you end up buying something that you regret for the rest of your life.
All the fundamentals they tell us
Yes.
in real estate investing here, the location, are you close to a major transit
Yes.
link? Within 800 meters, apparently, is where you want to be to a transit link. What is the economic outlook for that section? Is there going to be are there new roadways built, that sort of thing? Does that apply in the States as well?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It just depends. It just depends what city. You have to be very specific, the city, the town, the niche.
Do you know what the hot spots are?
I sure do. And I even know why they're the hot spots.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I was going to say, now what I've heard, and tell me if I'm right or wrong on this, and then tell us all the hot spots so that we can all swoop in and buy all this stuff cheap. I heard that if you want to buy, place you want to buy is L.A., because people are always going to live there, and it's always going to be a glamorous town. And the place where you don't want to buy, even though, and I checked this online, even though you can buy a house for as little as a full house, not to be renovated or anything, for as little as $35,000, Detroit. Downtown Detroit, apparently there are houses going for between $35,000 and $45,000. But everybody I've talked to is like, you could buy it. Whether you could live there is a different story. So
that sounds right. Is he right?
Yes and no.
Okay, tell us.
Because there are areas in Detroit where the property values are great. Actually, some of the per capita, there's some of the wealthiest people live there. And then they're surrounded by the ghetto.
Oh, okay.
So where are you buying this house? That's the key. So, I personally don't invest in Detroit. There are so many, there are like 15 other hotspots that I prefer. And I'll give you a list of some of them.
Yes.
I can't go over them all. Texas is hot. Arlington, Fort Worth, Dallas, and Albuquerque, New Mexico is a great place. Las Vegas is always good. Only the thing is, Florida. I personally don't like Florida. Hurricanes. But, it's an international city, Florida. Everywhere, people from around the world go there. But you see, there's like 36 months of inventory. So it's going to take at least 3 years for absorption to happen. Now, one of my associates, Dario, is going to be at my seminar tonight, and he explains all this stuff. He's an expert in the U.S. market. So the things that I don't know, I bring in the experts who do know. And my preferred hotspot is, I love South Carolina.
South Carolina. So why South Carolina? Because I hear somebody say, you need to buy houses in South Carolina. That's the place to invest.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would I invest in South Carolina? I don't understand.
Well, it's the baby boomer generation. They've just last year, I think, they just turned 60, the leading edge, and there's 83 million people about to retire in the United States or North America.
Mm-hmm.
And where are they retiring? Well,
South Carolina.
Patrick? The coast. They're going to California and all the Arizona, Las Vegas, and on the East Coast, South Carolina, because it's like the Hawaii of the East Coast.
Really?
It's amazing. I fell in love with this place. And 1 million people are going to be moving there over the next 10 years.
Wow. And these are baby boomers who have their retirement money. They've been saving. They've been wise about it, and they are willing to spend it on real estate.
They're tired of the cold. When you get old, you don't want your bones to get cold. You want to go somewhere warm and very affordable.
This is July Ono. If you've just joined us, we're talking about investing in real estate in the States. Is this the time to buy? And she says in certain situations, it's absolutely the time to buy, because even though people are having to foreclose on their mortgages, they can't maintain their mortgages, all of these people still have to have somewhere to live.
Yes.
So you buy up the property and then you simply rent it out, right?
Yes, absolutely. As a real estate investor, prices are still dropping and will drop for the next year to two.
Wow.
So you see, I bought properties last year in the United States knowing full well that those houses would still be going down in value $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. The caveat here is the cash flow. The rents are covering my mortgage and my expenses, and I have money left over.
Because you're renting it out to somebody who says, I can't afford the house I'm in, so they move into somewhere that's a little bit smaller, which you would have bought, and then they rent from you. So you as the owner, you're not actually losing. You're gaining money.
I'm gaining. And while they're there, guess what? They're paying down my mortgage. They're paying down my principal. I still have cash flow. So because of the cash flow, the economic analysis, the due diligence, all this kind of stuff, guess what? In a few years' time, when the market will come back, the United States will recover. They're not going to disappear. All that real estate, quality real estate at exceptional discount prices. It's like going in a shoe store and seeing your favorite pair of shoes, not 50% off, not 80% off, 90% off. Would you buy your shoes?
I would only buy the 7-inch heels because they make me look delicious.
You sure do.
Man, so now for me, I'm always fascinated by this type of stuff. I love it because I find it very exciting. I find I love the idea of the thrill of the hunt, and I always think of it as, these people, I feel bad for them. Yes, somebody lost their home, but everybody's on an equal plane, and it depends with what you do with this knowledge. But you're going to be talking to people tonight at the Terminal City Club,
yes,
I believe. So what can people learn at the Terminal City Club that they... What if somebody's listening saying, I got all my information right now, Talk 1410, why would I go to Terminal City Club?
Hey, whoa, you got to hold your horses before you go and do anything. You are not allowed to buy anything until you know what you're buying. And like in the U.S., for instance, we're Canadians in a foreign country, and there are definitely different tax laws that you have to be aware of. You can't just go down there thinking that you can just buy investment property and that's it. There's like tax implications, accounting, legal.
A lot of people use the equity in their homes because our real estate market has been so good. We have all this equity in our homes. We use that to purchase other homes. Can we do that with American properties?
Yes, you can.
Okay, with a line of credit on our
yes,
mortgage?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Right now with AIG just going bankrupt or the U.S. government bailing them out. Oh, my God, 79.9% U.S. government owned? Oh, anyway, whenever I see everything just falling, all this stuff like the Merrill Lynch and the Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns going, guess what? I'm going, Yahoo! I'm going, opportunity! So, you see, because I'm a real estate investor, everything's based on cash flow, and the equity just takes care of itself. So I'm not hurting. My money's not in the stocks. I love real estate because it can't run away from me. I know what it is.
Right, and the only way real estate goes down really is, I guess so. Are we protected if we live in Canada then, if you're buying in the U.S.? Is that I don't know. I'm just asking a question. So
I prefer...
You gave me that look kind of like, you're an idiot.
No. I love questions like that because the thing is, we all start somewhere. I had no idea what I was doing in 2001. This is when I first decided, had an inkling. I want to be a real estate investor because I want to have wealth and money and be able to do what I do whenever I want to do without having to be someone telling me to come into work at certain times and leaving, all that kind of stuff. And I did that, retired in 2 years after I started investing in real estate. That's what real estate can do for you. And because of my passion for educating and empowering people to make good financial decisions for them, I have this mission to go out there and inspire and educate people. This is why I do this stuff.
Wow.
I love it. I love seeing people's lights go off and they're going, wow, I can do this.
Well, we have a caller question for you.
Excellent.
Norma, go ahead.
Hi. As Canadians, I thought we were only allowed to buy American properties and live there for 6 months, but we're not allowed to rent it. Is that true?
Yes and no, Norma. It depends. What is your purpose for buying the property down there?
Investment.
Okay.
So that was the thought at the time until someone told us that we can't.
No, you can. Of course you can. You can buy vacation property and you can live there 6 months less a day.
Right.
That's what snowbirds are, right? And then
Right.
during the other half of the year, you just rent it out. The thing is this: if you're an investor and you're collecting rental income from tenants,
Right.
you have to hire a property manager. You cannot manage that property for yourself. If you're physically living there, that's fine. But the moment renters come in and you start start paying you rent, you can't even collect your own rent.
And you'd have to file a tax return in that state.
Oh, absolutely,
too, right?
you must. And the thing is, the reason why they say you can't collect the rent, because you're taking a job away from an American. And you are subject to incarceration.
Wow.
And being blocked from going to the U.S. for 10 years.
But as long as you have a property manager, problem solved.
Yes, so you let them mow the lawn, you let them collect the rent, you let them do the painting, because that now you are now an investor, and you have rental property. So if it's a vacation property and you're living there, it's your residence. You can do whatever you want. The moment you start collecting income, you are now a business.
If you want to learn more about how you can take advantage of the subprime crisis in the States, then go to the seminar tonight. Once again, this is at the Terminal City Club on West Hastings Street. It's $25. Well, no, it's too late for that. That was early bird. $97 at the door.
And I'm giving your listeners at Talk 1410 a huge discount.
Like what?
Because they're listening. Take $50 off, and they can come to the door at $47. How about
So
that?
they have to make sure they say, I heard this on
Yes,
Talk 1410.
Yes, Talk 1410. Otherwise, they'll be charged $97.
Wow. So, and that's registration is at 6:30. The seminar is from 7 till 10. And if people want to get more information or if they want to check things out, download registration form, they go to onthebeacheducation.com.
Absolutely.
I love that. Onthebeacheducation.com. I love that. That's just, do you want to live on the beach? It's one of, do you want to live on the beach? Do you want to have income that happens even while you sleep? Then
On
you
the
need to
beach.
go to onthebeacheducation.com. I should go there.
July, it sounds really fascinating. So I'm sure it'll be packed tonight, but make sure you say you heard it on Talk 1410. You get that discount. It's only $47 for you then.
Well,
That's
Val,
awesome.
it's a great value. I have a lawyer who charges $500 an hour as his regular fee, and he's going to be there imparting his wisdom on about U.S. estate taxes, how Canadians can protect themselves. What a great value. You just talk to him afterwards, right? You get all this time for free.
Indeed.
Nice. Wow. I love it.
Thanks,
Thank you very
July.
much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Have fun tonight. And still to come, Torben Rolfsen will be giving us his funny take on the headlines of the day and so much more here on Talk 1410, the buzz of Vancouver.
Keeping you connected with the buzz of Vancouver.